They
All
do.
right, but the Knicks stole game one in Boston. Boston was up by 20 plus, shot horrific from the three, horrendous from the three. And New York climbed back. Jalen Brunson heroics in the fourth quarter, brought them back, went to overtime, and they won the game, sealing the deal with Mikal Bridges ripping the ball from Jalen Brown. So, Dave, I'm going to start you off with this one. All right. David McFadden. Davy Dollars.
Why you
Doghouse
why
Dave.
you had to say my own name?
Man, what? Sound like Dave's about to get in trouble.
No, whoa.
Who you picking? The New York Knicks or the Boston Celtics?
Joe, you know who I'm picking in this series. I don't think anyone should be shocked about who I'm going to pick in this series. This has been a clear answer throughout the regular season. We've seen exactly how this series goes. I'm picking the Knicks in 7. That's how I'm going. I'm picking the Knicks in 7. And I picked this before the series even started because I saw, you know what? I actually saw a video of how they were defending Jalen Brunson. And it made a lot of sense. So what they do to Jalen Brunson is they don't necessarily play on ball against him. They play like it's kind of like an off ball zone that they play on Jalen Brunson to where they force him to pretty much he has to find a good shot or find someone else to score because they make sure that they don't foul him. If you look at the game, he wasn't on the foul line a lot in that game in game one. But throughout the regular season, that's pretty much how it was that they play good physical enough defense to where they will defend, but they'll swipe sideways in that front to where he's in shooting motion. And they wait until his shooting motion is pretty much done before they actually put a hand up. So they play him pretty well defensively. But the way that the Knicks play defensively is kind of sort of why I picked it, even though the Knicks aren't known to be a great defensive team because of, Cat. But OG Anunoby plays real good defense. Mikal Bridges he was a defensive player of the year candidate before. Josh Hart plays really tough defense. And for some reason, I just feel like the way that the Celtics have been shooting throughout the regular season and the playoffs, I just feel like somehow, some way, that's not going to continue all the way. Now, I don't believe that the Celtics have a bad shooting now like they did in game one because they had 32 open three-pointers that they missed. 32. They missed 45 threes altogether, but 32 of them were open, and they missed them. I don't see that necessarily happening again, but you also look at the Celtics. They're really not that healthy right now. Kristaps Porzingis is really not healthy. Jaylen Brown is not healthy. I mean, he still can't go left. You got you got Drew Holiday, who's kind of sort of still recovering from his injury. The healthiest guys right now are Derek White and Jason Tatum and Peyton Pritchard and Al Horford. And who knows, Al Horford, I think he kind of got hurt in the last game as well. But I don't know. I just feel like Jalen Brunson is going to have a really good series because, most people were picking them to be swept because of what they saw in the regular season. But for me, when I look at the regular season, it doesn't always matter to me in the playoffs because for me as a Miami Heat fan, when we had the big three, we would lose in the regular season to the Celtics and lose in the regular season to the Bulls. The playoffs come, we get them up out of there. So the regular season does not. It can kind of tell you how it's going to happen, but it's not all the telltale signs. And I believe that the Knicks somehow will find a way to win the series. Now, I don't think it's going to be easy at all, and I'm pretty sure I might be the only person picking the Knicks in the series. But I just think the Knicks win the series.
I'll let you go last, Carl.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm going with the Celtics in 6. Celtics in 6. Might be 5, but I'm going to say 6, though. See, here's the thing. The Celtics are just I called Dave, right? Now, during the game. It was at halftime. And I was like, Dave, I don't know if the Knicks going to beat these dudes, man. They missed so many open threes. And that's what I said. I said, it reminds me of the Minnesota game. They're missing endless wide open threes. But that's not the reason why I'm picking them. You know how you said this is how they guard Jalen Brunson, right? It's basically if he's on top of the key, everybody's second off. And it's not I'm gonna call it a box of one, but it's like everybody is sagging into the paint, and they like, all right, we're gonna put our focus on Brunson. Y'all do what y'all do. And when they kept doing too, Derek White or Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday kept like doing like faking like he was going double. Like he kept getting close like he was going double with Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
Taking the ball out of his hands. Because Jalen Brunson is literally like their guy. I mean, Cat can do things, obviously, but one thing about the Celtics, and I think I told you this too, Dave. One thing about the Celtics, you can't double nobody. Tatum is the only superstar in the NBA who don't get doubled. And it's because you can't. So when he gets a mismatch, you have to live with the mismatch. And this mismatch is all over the place when it comes to the Celtics and Knicks because of how they can switch. When Mitchell Robinson come in the game, it's going to be a mismatch somewhere. You know, so but the Knicks are not just – they're not good enough. I'm sorry. The only way they could beat the Celtics if Jalen Brunson looked like Allen Iverson in 4 games when they win it. He got to do that 4 times. Allen Iverson game 1 against the LA Lakers, or what he did last night in the 4th quarter. That got to happen. Either the Celtics got to shoot poorly like that, and he has to go crazy in the 4th, or he has to have an Allen Iverson game 1 against the Celtics in the NBA Finals type game 4 times. That's the only way they're going to win the series, because they're not winning the series. The Celtics are too good. One thing about the Celtics, they tend to lose at home. They haven't been good at home this whole season. They have a better record on the road than they do at home. And also, the Celtics don't lose back-to-back games for real. They barely lose back-to-back games. Celtics always bounce back in the playoffs. They haven't lost a back-to-back game in the playoffs in the last 2 years, including this playoffs. Come on now. Like, the last time they lost a back-to-back in the playoffs is when they lost to the Warriors. When they lost to the Warriors in the finals.
Knicks undefeated on the road right now, though.
I mean, they played Detroit, the
most
inexperienced team.
And we blew multiple leads.
Exactly. And the Celtics are way more experienced.
Celtics just blew a lead too. So
they did. So I'm going with the Celtics in 6, and they might blow these dudes out game 2, for real. I feel like the Knicks, for them to win this series, they have to win game 2. Because although we're saying the Knicks undefeated on the road, well, how are they looking at home in the playoffs? I mean, you know, so I think game 2 is like, if the Knicks gonna win the series, they gotta steal game 2. They gotta find a way to win game 2. So I'm going with the Celtics in 6.
First of all, I just want to apologize for trauma dumping on Joe's segment last topic. I do apologize for trauma dumping. But secondly, go New York, go home. I got the Celtics. In 6. I had Celtics in 5 before last night, but I don't think the Celtics sweep in Madison Square Garden, so I'm going Celtics in 6. That yesterday is not normal for the Celtics. Great game by the Knicks. Brunson went absolutely ballistic to spark the comeback. OG Anunoby hit big shots down 20 to cut it to 14 to allow Brunson to go ballistic, but that's not normal. I don't see the Celtics doing that yet again. I don't see the Celtics going super cold from 3 again. I know a lot of talk in the chat has been live by the 3, die by the 3, become a member of the chat, talk about the games. But I just don't see the Celtics doing that again. I don't see Tatum scoring 10 points since the first quarter again. He had 13 in the first, 10 from then on. I just don't see it. It just looked, I don't know. I don't know if it was rust. I don't know. It can't be rust because they started off hot and then cooled off. So I can't explain what I saw from the Celtics. I just don't think it's happening again. Now, kudos to the Knicks. They made me feel made me feel a lot easier about the Pistons blowing leads. But I just don't see the Celtics blowing another 20-point lead. The Celtics go up 20 again. I can almost guarantee the Celtics will win that game. So I'm going Celtics in 6. I do think Celtics win game 2. I do think they split at Madison Square Garden. And then I think the Celtics win game 5 and 6 to win the series. I do think that I tend to lean with Joe. I do think game 2 will be a blowout, but I think the games in New York will be close. And then I don't know. I think once the Celtics get that win, get that groove, it's going to be tough for the Knicks because we saw what we saw what the Celtics were capable of when they got in that groove, they went up 20. So give me the Celtics.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, like I said, I already knew that this wasn't going to be. I knew I was going to be the only one picking the Knicks in the series because it's not. It's you. You look at the series and you look like they are outmatched. There's no way they can win this. But I don't know. I just felt like I just feel like Jalen Brunson is going to have an Allen Iverson like series. I really believe that it's possible, and I'm also looking at the Celtics' health as well because I mean Jalen Brunson, not Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brown doesn't necessarily look the same. And I don't know. I just feel like if those guys aren't healthy, then the Knicks got a chance. And I believe OG can have a game like that again because he's had games like that before in the regular season. I mean, he had a game where he had like 35. So it's possible that it can happen again. And then I mean, Mikal Bridges didn't necessarily shoot well, but he had key plays in that game. And yeah, I don't know. Cat is probably the one thing that he needs to do better, of course, for them to win as well.
Hold on, Dave. Can I stop you real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk to Joe for a second? I'm glad you brought up Cat because last year Joe was getting pretty sick when people called Cat, weak, soft. How do you feel after this playoff series so far, Joe?
I mean, he looked pretty good against Detroit.
No, he didn't. He had game 4 where he looked like he couldn't miss. But in that paint, he looked kind of. Come on, ref. Where's the
I'm
foul?
not a Cat fan, man. I'm not about to sit here and be like, yeah, I don't think did I say Cat wasn't soft?
You did. You
said
pretty
no.
mad at me, Javon, about that.
I think people like say he's the reason why they lost all the time. They always blame Cat like he the reason why they
we
lose.
called him weak, and you was getting pretty sick of that narrative.
Oh, I gotta bring that back up in the chat. Put up the clips. But yeah, but Dave, Teddy gonna be mad at you.
This ain't the first time.
Teddy need to be mad at Joe Mazzulla.
Isn't that the first time?
That play call with 0.6 seconds, I still don't understand how you don't at least try to run somebody at the basket for a oop, and then you just have Tatum post up. Like, at least try to set Tatum a screen for a catch and shoot. You just had him post, turn, and shoot with 0.6 seconds left. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was definitely a bad play call. But I mean, it's the Celtics fan, so I don't expect them to be happy with my choice at all. So, plus I'm a Heat fan. They don't always agree with me anyway.
Yeah, man. Let's get to the locker man. Yo, you and Teddy, I be beefing and like y'all don't beef in football though.
So, I mean,
what do we have to beef about?
I was about to say, Teddy really can't beef with anybody right now.
What do we have to beef about? I mean, the
Teddy.
first time we played was last year and we blew them out. So I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah, last time we played, we beat them too. So
and even when Tom Brady was there, I mean, Brady only beat us twice, and he also lost us twice while he was there. So I mean,
y'all played Brady 4 times?